Good morning, Bhavya.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Vamika. How are you both?
Ma'am, we are fine. How are you?
I'm also good. I'm also fine. Bhavya, why have you stopped coming to school? You came to school the other day. And Vamika, did you?
Ma'am, I was not well.
Oh, you were not well. What about you, Vamika? Have you joined your school till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, no. All right. So, children, take out your SST books
Okay, ma'am.
and tell me what we are doing. What are you doing with Kamini, ma'am? Where have you reached?
Ma'am, we are doing major rivers of India.
You are
Ma'am,
doing
we are doing chapter number 11.
physical divisions. No, you've reached chapter 11 also. Yes. You have finished chapter 10 with ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we have finished.
Ma'am, but we didn't understand chapter number 10.
Sorry, beta, say it again.
Ma'am, but we didn't understand chapter number 10.
You didn't understand. Okay, explanation was not done. Tell me, explanation was not done.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it is done, but I do not understand.
Done.
What have you not understood? Tell me. What you didn't understand? You did not understand about any particular
Ma'am,
physical division?
actually, we are having a habit to understand by you.
Oh, to come to school? Come to school, I'm going to make you understand by me only. Okay, well, beta, don't worry. See, I'll be sharing the screen with you, and this is how I'm going to explain this chapter.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta.
ma'am, family ma'am has make us draw this diagram and complete this DIY activity.
So, did you make that candle with the DIY activity?
No, ma'am, in this activity it is drawn source, confluence, tributary, distributary, riverbank, delta, mouth. So, ma'am, we have also drawn this.
Okay, very nice. Now, listen to me. First of all, Bhavya, just tell me which chapter you did not understand. What is the name of the chapter?
Ma'am, the India Physical Division, chapter number 10.
All right, you have not understood. Now, just wait. Vamika, have you understood the chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. We are just going to revise that chapter once again so that it becomes clear in your minds. And while I'm explaining this, sharing the screen, Vamika, beta, please share the PDF of this chapter with me on my personal wall because I don't have the book. My books are in school. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so here comes the screen. Can you see, Bhavya?
No, they start. Yes, ma'am, now it is.
Okay, now you can see it. Now see beta, when we talk about the physical divisions of India, first of all, we need to understand the meaning of what is physical. Like if I ask you the physical appearance of anything, of a person, what are you going to tell about that person? How the person physically looks, like he's tall, he's short, he's got two eyes, he's got he's got two ears, he's got 10 fingers in hands. These are what? These are all physical features of a person, isn't it? So now they are talking about India, and they have divided India into different physical features. Is that correct? Now, what all features does India have? India has got mountains, right? We all know India has got mountainous states. hilly states, hilly areas. Then we all know India has got plains, deserts, coastal regions. So India has been divided into these different physical divisions. So there are 6 major divisions that we are talking about the country India. If we talk about the physical divisions. Now looking at the map, see the first and the most important part. Now in the chapter types of maps, we also studied about the colors that are used in a map. So where do we use brown color?
Mountain.
Mountain. Ma'am, no, all the mountains.
So the brown color in this map signifies that the northern area is full of what?
Mountain.
Mountains.
The first physical division of India is the northern mountains. The complete belt in the brown color is the northern mountains. Then these
Northern plain.
wait. This northern mountains is also divided into 3 parts. What are the names? This Himalayan range is also divided into 3 parts. Can you tell me?
Ma'am, I can tell.
Yes.
I can tell.
Himadri,
Shivalik, Himadrik, Himachal.
Once again, tell the names.
Shivalik, Himadri, Himachal.
and Shivalik.
No, the topmost.
Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik.
Yes, the topmost is the Greater Himalaya. What is it called?
Himadri.
Himadri. Then, after that, after Himadri comes what?
Himachal.
Ma'am, middle. Himalayas.
Yes.
Himachal Pradesh.
Himachal, right? And then the Lesser Himalayas. What are the Lesser Himalayas called?
Shivalik.
Shivalik. So this Himalaya region has been also divided into 3 various categories. Then at the south of these Himalayas, now when we come down, in the south of these Himalayas lies this light green color. So what is this light green color used for?
Northern plains.
Northern plains. This green color shows all green area, all plain area, the northern plains, right? Now, what is this northern plains famous for? What is it known for?
Ma'am, I can tell.
Yes, beta, for sure.
For fertile.
Yes.
For fertile farm. For a fertile
It has.
places and some structures.
Okay, wait, beta. This very good. This is
Like
known for
that,
its. These northern plains are known for its fertile land, fertile soil. Okay. These are areas of large flatlands which are known for its fertile soil. And because of the fertile soil, what happens? It grows a lot of crops. That is why this area is called Food Bowl of India. Can you see? It is known as the Food Bowl of India. Vamika beta, have you shared the pictures with me?
Ma'am, please wait for 1 minute. It is loading.
Okay. This is known as the Food Bowl of India. And it grows what? It grows wheat and rice. Wheat and rice is grown in large quantities over here. Okay, is that fine, Bhavya? Are you understanding now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then, after coming down to the northern plains, at the south of the northern plains, what do we have?
Peninsula, plateau, and desert.
Okay.
Peninsula, plateau, and the desert.
Yes, the brown area, the light brown area shows the peninsular plateau region. Okay, the peninsular plateau region. And the yellow area, the yellow color signifies what? Symbolizes what?
Desert.
It shows, yes, it is the desert region. Now, this desert region comes in which state?
Great Indian Desert.
Beta, the Great Indian Desert lies in which state?
Rajasthan.
Very good. It lies
Rajasthan.
in Rajasthan and some parts of Gujarat also. are in the state. Yes, mainly Rajasthan and some parts of Gujarat are also included in this desert region. Now, what is this desert region known for? It is known for what? It grows what?
Sand.
Yes,
Sand.
sand, dry sand.
Cactus.
What kind of,
Cactus.
yes, what kind of weather do we have here?
Ma'am, sandy storm.
Yes,
Ma'am,
summer.
hot weather.
Summers, what
Ma'am,
can you
sandy.
say? What kind of a weather do we have here?
Ma'am, I can tell.
Yes and no.
hot and dry.
Hot
Sa-
and dry.
Sandy storm. Ma'am,
Yes.
hot and dry.
Hot and dry also. It is a sandy place, and there are now the deserts. The desert of India is a hot desert, right? The Thar desert is known as what? It is,
Hot desert.
yes, it is also known as hot desert. There are also cold deserts, right? We have studied, no, in the previous chapter.
Yes, ma'am, there is two types of desert.
There are two types of deserts, but
Cold and hot.
yes, but here this region is known as the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert, and it has hot and dry summers and cold winters. We have to remember, though desert is hot and dry, but in winters it becomes very cold here. Okay? Even though it is a hot desert, but winters are very cold. Then, now, many people can't live in this desert area. Why? Why can't?
Because there is no water.
Because it is very hot and there is very little water.
Yes, there is very little water also, and the living conditions are not as favorable as they are in plains and other regions. Why? Because the land is not fertile, the land is barren, there is no rainfall, there is not much food and water around. People have to go to far off places to fetch food. So the living conditions are not very easy over here. Then after this, we have the natural vegetation of this region includes what? It only includes acacia and cactus. What is mainly grown here? Cactus and acacia is grown here. Then if we talk about the crops, which all crops do we find here? Cotton, oilseeds, millets are grown over here. Okay? Done? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Then, now, when we come to the southern side, this was what? This was all northern India that we covered. Now let's come to the central India and let's move southwards. Now this is called the peninsular region. Can you see this light brown color? What is this called? Peninsular Plateau region. Now this also has three parts. Like Himalayas is divided into three parts, the Peninsular Plateau is also divided into three parts. What are the names of these three parts? Who will name the three plateaus? Three different parts of Peninsular Plateau? Okay, Alankrita will tell.
Malwa Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau, and Deccan Plateau.
And Deccan Plateau. Very good. Malwa Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau, and the Deccan Plateau. Now, what is this plateau region rich in?
Black soil.
It has got black soil.
And black soil.
And what is it known for? This area, just go through the passage.
Cotton and coal.
Okay, and this region is also rich in minerals, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this region is also rich in minerals. This region is located towards the south of India, right? And see, just above this plateau region is what? Northern plains. Can you see in the on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this northern plains and the plateau region has been separated by what? It is separated by what? Just underline in the book. It is separated from the northern plains by Vindhya and Satpura range of hills. Now, between this green northern plains and the light brown plateau region lies the Vindhya and the Satpura range of hills. These hills separate the northern plains from the Deccan Plateau. It is very important. Then, the Malwa Plateau lies towards the west and the Chota Nagpur is in the northeast. Deccan Plateau is a triangle-shaped plateau located south of the peninsular plateau, covering many regions, many areas in this region. In the borders of Chota Nagpur Plateau, it borders the Chota Nagpur Plateau and Satpura range on one side and mountains known as Eastern and Western Ghat on the other side. Now see, this dark green color around the peninsular region, what is it? This is
Coastal line.
Yes, this is the coastal area. The coastal plains, this is the 5th physical division of India. On the eastern side lies the Eastern Ghats and on the western side lies the
Western Ghat. Western Ghat.
This whole area is known as the coastal plains. Why it is known as the coastal plains? Or which areas are known as the coastal areas?
Because there is oceans.
Yes. It is all near the oceans, the water bodies. It is all surrounded by the water bodies. Not surrounded, but it has on the one side. On the coast, on its coast, it has water bodies. That is why it is known as the coastal areas. Then we have different states that are included in the coastal areas. Yes?
Ma'am, I can tell the states.
Okay, tell beta.
Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Amravati, Odisha, no, ma'am, Odisha.
Odisha. These are the
Can I tell, Vamika?
Yes, Vamika, tell.
Ma'am, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand,
No, beta.
Telangana.
These are not the coastal states. Which states are you telling? I'm talking about the states that lie in the coastal region. And you are telling the states of the Deccan Plateau. Sorry, the Peninsular Plateau. Isn't it?
Ma'am, I have some doubt.
Okay, ask beta. What is your doubt?
Ma'am, West Bengal also coastal line. So West Bengal, why is not in the coastal areas?
West Bengal is in the coastal line. No, West Bengal is not in the coastal line, beta. It does not lie here. West Bengal lies towards the northern side, the northwest side. And these, the coastal states that are included here in this area lie towards the south, the central and the south region. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can I tell coastal states?
Tell.
Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal.
Yes, these are all the coastal
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, he is not tell Goa and Amravati.
Okay, he has missed that. He has told the states of the Eastern Ghats, which lie in the eastern coastal region. Then we come to the Deccan Plateau region, which is rich in soil and it is suitable and known for growing cotton. There are also a few rivers, children. See, can you see these rivers here? I'll just zoom it. Which
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I tell the river's name?
Ma'am, Kaveri, Gangaveri, Krishna.
Yes, these are the rivers that flow through the plateau region. These three rivers flow through the plateau region. Then a variety of trees grow here depending upon amount of rainfall the region receives. Then what is the importance of this peninsular plateau? The peninsular plateau region is known as the storehouse of minerals. This area is known for what? It is known as the
Mineral.
Just underline this this particular line. The peninsular plateau region is known as the storehouse of minerals.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I can tell which source in Peninsula Plateau have.
Which source means what? Tell.
Ma'am, like minerals.
Yes. And these minerals are what? These minerals provide the raw material for manufacturing industries. Then,
Yes, ma'am, I can tell.
tell beta, tell.
Gold, diamond, and coal mines.
Okay. Very good. Then the black soil in the Deccan Plateau region makes it largest cotton growing regions of India. Now we know that cotton grows in which kind of soil? It grows in black
soil.
Yes. The largest coal producing belt in India lies in the plateau region. Now coal is also produced in this region only. Then the dams built on the rivers flowing through the uneven hard plateau. What is written after it? Makes Peninsular Plateau a major area of producing hydroelectricity. Okay, so hydroelectricity is also produced in this plateau region. Yes, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then we have also spoken about the coastal region. The eastern coastal plain, where does it lie? It lies between the Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats. The western coastal region lies between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, Narmada also flows in the plateau region. So, in this map, where is Narmada?
Beta, Narmada is not in the Deccan Plateau region. It lies in the Malwa Plateau region. Now, they have not given the rivers in the Malwa Plateau region and the Chota Nagpur. You will see, you will study about those rivers in the next chapter, types of rivers. Then there you will see where it flows. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then we have, now what kind of a climate do we have here in coastal regions?
Ma'am, I can tell.
Yes, Vita, tell.
Ma'am, there is some hot regions also.
Yes, this area is never very cold nor very hot. It is, see, it is like humid over here. It is neither too hot nor too cold. The climate is hot and humid in summer and winter is mild. You need to underline all these lines. The southern part of this region receives rain during winter. In the south, now when it rains during the winter season. The hilly regions are cooler than the plains. That we always know. Hills are always cooler than the areas that lie in the plains. The western plain lies between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. Narmada and Tapi flow through this region. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa lie on the eastern side along the eastern coastal plain, and Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra lie on the western side on the western coastal plains. Okay? Is that fine?
Fine.
Now last is the last physical division, which is that is the island.
Island, sir.
Island.
That is the island. Now these islands, where do they lie? Where do
Ma'am, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar.
Yes, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, they are where? They are in the Bay of Bengal. And the Lakshadweep Islands are where? In
Arabian Sea.
the Arabian Sea. Very good. Then these islands also have a hot and humid weather, and the winters here are also mild. It is not very cold like how it is in northern India. In northern India, winters are very cold, but in southern areas, winters are not very cold. They are just mild. These regions are very scenic and attract many tourists. So with this, we come to the end of all 6 physical divisions of India. Okay. You have done all the question answers also of this chapter in your copies?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, in the island, there I have put bracket. So, ma'am, Kamini ma'am has make us write this answer for question answers in detail. Fourth
Okay.
question.
You have written these answers in detail?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Where is Bhavya? I started explaining this chapter because of Bhavya, because he said he has not understood it nicely.
Ma'am, I am here only.
But Bhavya, you're not responding only. Now is it fine? Now you have understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, now next, what do we have? Now you have started the other chapter also. Everyone has completed this chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we started 11th chapter.
You started 11th chapter. Which is that chapter?
Major
Rivers
rivers of
flows
India.
in India.
Major rivers.
Ma'am, I haven't completed my copy.
Okay, show me what you have done in the copy from that chapter.
Ma'am, we
Ma'am,
have drawn a
Ma'am,
picture.
I have to see these 2 pages.
Yes, ma'am.
What
We
we are
had to
doing-
draw the DIY.
Ma'am, what we are doing in school in this chapter?
Beta, I have not started this chapter. In school, it is going a little slow because there are other activities also to do. So I'm not even done with the previous chapter, India Physical Divisions. Question answers are still left. Okay, very nice,
Ma'am,
Vamika.
I will come soon to study.
Very good, Vamika. You can put your copy down. Very nice. Now do one thing. One of you, please send me the next chapter, Major Rivers of India.
Ma'am, can I send Mamika?
Any one of you can send
Can
it.
I send? Ma'am, can I send?
Send it, beta.
Ma'am, can I send?
Yes, beta. Yes, you can send. Now, what have you studied in the chapter Major Rivers of India? Who will tell? What mainly did you study? Hmm?
Ma'am, we study the river journey.
You studied the river journey.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the river journey? Okay. How the course of a river, how it flows. You studied that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is not river journey, that is the course of a river. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have more time, so what we are do?
Beta, wait, I'm just showing that only. I'm just seeing what is to be done. I'm opening something to show you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, the 2 pages were not clear, so I have sent it again.
You have sent them again. Okay, very good. Now you must have studied in this chapter that there are two different types of rivers. Perennial.
Yes, ma'am. Rainfall river and snow-fed river.
Okay. And we also know these rivers by the name of now perennial rivers and what are they called?
Perennial.
Non-perennial rivers. What is the difference between the
Non-perennial
both?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes.
Perennial rivers are the rivers which flow throughout the year, but non-perennial rivers or seasonal rivers are those rivers which only flow in the monsoon season.
Yes. Very nice. Very good. That is the main difference. Till now we were studying about snow-fed. Till now we have studied about snow-fed and rain-fed. Now we are saying them, we are calling them as perennial and non-perennial rivers. Okay, one more thing. Which rivers originate from Himalayas?
Ganga and Yamuna.
Ganga, Yamuna, and there are other rivers also.
Kaveri, Brahmaputra, and Ganga.
Narmada.
Kaveri, Kaveri does
Tapi.
not. Beta, Kaveri. Kaveri river is the river of south. It doesn't come from Himalayas. I'm asking about the rivers that
Ma'am, Jhelum. Ma'am, Jhelum.
Jhelum also.
Indus,
Yes, it's Indus,
Brahmaputra.
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 Yes. These are the rivers that originate from Himalaya.
And Sarda. Sarda.
Now, see this, these small river names like Sarda and all are not given in the book. Okay, so we are not going to do them. Now I have opened this map. All of you can see this map.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now this shows the major rivers that flow in India. The rivers that flow in India. Who has sent me the chapters? Oh, sorry, this chapter.
Ma'am, I have sent Vamika.
I am sending. Ma'am, I have
Ma'am, I
done the
sent
period.
Vamika.
Okay, beta. Okay, I'll just
Ma'am,
open.
I have-
Journey of a river. Okay, it's given here only. Journey of a river.
Ma'am, I have sent it.
All right, Bhavya. Thank you. Where have you sent? In the class group?
Yes, ma'am, sending.
Okay, beta. Just wait. Give me a minute. I'll send the link for my next class.
Ma'am, now I have sent.
Yes, I got it. Good.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have also sent in my this starting page are in the last.
Yes, beta, yes. Now Bhavya has sent it very clearly, for which I will not have to do any struggle. Okay, now children, you must have come across different terms in this chapter. Now different terms used in this chapter were like confluence, tributary, distributary, estuary. What are all these terms?
Ma'am, I can tell tributary and distributary.
Okay, tell.
In a small river mixed in the main river is called tributary.
What?
A small river is flows in the main river is called tributary.
Okay, very nice. Then what is a
And the
distributary?
distributary is
Ma'am, can I tell?
main river part into smaller river.
No, a distributary is a branch that comes out from the river. That comes out from the main river. That is a distributary. Okay? Like a main river is flowing and then somewhere it breaks and it makes another branch of it and starts to flow in some other direction. What it is?
Ma'am, this is called distributary.
Yes, that is called distributary. Okay, what is an estuary? What is an estuary?
Ma'am, Kamini, ma'am
Estuary is
is
the mouth of water in which it flows in one branch. It does not branches.
When
Smaller
rivers
rivers.
flow into, what is an estuary? When rivers flow into the main seas or oceans in one stream, that is called an estuary. Now, all these rivers that flow in India, when they come towards the eastern and the western side, in the southern side, where do they flow? Either they flow in the Bay of Bengal or they finally fall into the Arabian Sea, isn't it? This is where these rivers, this is the end of these rivers. Either they fall into the Bay of Bengal or they fall into the Arabian Sea. Now, when these rivers fall into the Arabian Sea or the Bay of Bengal in one stream, that is called an estuary. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is a delta?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, I can tell.
Yes, tell.
Ma'am, a delta is ma'am like a river ended, so there is a delta.
Okay, what happens? A river flows. A river when flows, finally falling into a sea. What happens? A river breaks into different smaller parts. Like it makes its own, it gets divided into 2-3 parts. That is called a delta. Before finally falling into the main sea, it gets broken into, it gets divided into branches. That is a formation of a delta. See, the mighty Ganga, also called the Ganges, flows eastwards entering Bengal. The Hooghly River is a distributary of the Ganga as it enters the Bay of Bengal. Some rivers, before entering the sea, branch out into smaller rivers. Sometimes these rivers make their own branches and they branch out into smaller rivers. There, this delta is formed. Good morning, beta. Okay, so class 6th has joined now. Yes, so class 4, it's time for you to leave. Move for your next class.
bye, ma'am.
Bye, children.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, beta.